The concept of alpha has recently entered our lives, but it has already become a trending topic of curiosity for all of you. And truly, those who have managed to maintain a good alpha score, their point, have earned $1,250 in the last 40 days. That's really good money. I mean, genuinely good money. New pre-sales are constantly coming. You constantly have an alpha score, you receive airdrops, and the almonds become $200. There are good amounts of money, and sometimes it comes once a day. A pre-sale comes once a day. Participation and demand are very high, but they always keep the reward amount the same. They maintain it, so good rewards keep coming. So how do they achieve this? Actually, fewer and fewer people can participate. Eligibility. So the same number of people actually get eligibility. That's why the reward level is kept the same. So the conditions are getting tougher for us. The alpha score is constantly increasing. But today, I think you will solve this issue because I will explain step by step. How do we check our alpha score with live examples on the phone? What actions do we need to take to increase our alpha score? I will show these step by step over the phone. Now, friends, you might say this. Sir, the man has $10 million in his wallet and phone. You might wonder how you can compete with that, but I want to give you an example like this. If you have $100 in your wallet on the central side or in the center, you earn 1 point every day. But do you know how many points you earn every day if you have $10 million in your wallet? Friends, you only earn 4 points. So actually, a mechanism has been established to prevent whales. We will look into the details of these. If you liked the video before it started, then let's go into the intro and I'll explain the details to you. We have now learned the concept of alpha. The alpha score is an important topic. And maybe the alpha, you couldn't earn $1,250 because you couldn't collect the point. I will read your comments now. You are angry and you are right. You hit 65 points, it asked for 75. You hit 75, it asked for 80. You just couldn't get ahead in that race. And some friends don't even understand what's happening. $1,250? That's a lot of money. Alpha? What is alpha? Like a wolf or something? Very far off. Today, we will solve all of it, friends. I will explain the alpha score step by step. We will check our score. We will explain all the details. Don't worry at all. Binance has a wallet on the Web3 side. The 2Ks belong to US. A pre-sale is happening with this wallet. An airdrop is being distributed. And these are done according to your alpha score. So if you have an alpha score, you can participate in these pre-sales. You don't do anything. You are having your lunch. You have 85 alpha points. Suddenly a $200 sink. Airdrop arrives. Something nice like that. Enjoyable. Recently, when the market wasn't really making money, I think it provided good earnings. Now, first of all, how can we check this alpha score? I will start with this. Friends, the main screen of the phone is open right now. I clicked from the fixed to the purple and there's a search button here. Look, I came to the search section at the top. Here, friends, we type alpha. Look, alpha appeared and also alpha points appeared. Since we'll check our points, we click on alpha points. And look, right now, in this application, on this phone, the Binance application on the phone where I explained the video, this account has 68 alpha points. Now you have also seen your alpha points. You learned how to see them. In fact, if your Salpa points are borderline, write them in the comments so we can be sad together. So how do we increase them? You can increase them in two ways. You need to keep a balance or hold it on an additional side. If you hold it by the central flag and from 3 sides, friends, your points will increase again. To treat these 1 or 2 alpha tokens, you need to treat them from one side. No. If you treat the alpha tokens from the central side, you also earn points. How? We will earn points in the most efficient way. I will explain these. Friends, no panic. I will explain step by step in order. Now come and take a quick look. When I held this table, it was March 11th. BMT earned $92. BR token 143 particles, 150 kilos x 85. Then it continues. The bank earned $100. Hyper earned $205. Oksu $71. Milke and $106. And while I was shooting this video, a tweet came in. Tomorrow there is a TG for B2 token. Besides that, there were 2 major airdrops I caught. Sync earned $195. Hadel was distributed today and it also earned around $44. This totals approximately $1,250, which I think is a good amount of money earned. The left side is for pre-sales and on the right side, friends, are the airdrops. I will leave the link in the video description. You can review it yourself. Now, to participate in these pre-sales and airdrops, you need to have a Binance account. If you don't have a Binance account, You can create your Binance account using the QR code you see on the screen or the link in the video description. Friends, with this link, you can earn a withdrawable $20 and also get a 20% commission discount. In the long run, friends, a 20% commission discount is really advantageous, especially when you want to participate in events like these. Now, friends, it doesn't matter whether your balance is on the wallet side or the central sports side. If you have between $100 and $1,000, you earn 1 point every day. You earn 15 points in 15 days. If your balance is between $1,000 and $10,000, you collect 2 points every day. If it's between $10,000 and $100,000, you collect 3 points every day. If it's over $100,000, whether it's 10 million or 1 million, you collect 4 points every day. So this means, let's say in 15 days, you have $100, you collect 15 points. Let's say you have $100,000, you collect 60 points. The relationship is like this. Why do I multiply by 15? Because they collect the last 15 days. So you collected a lot of points over 15 days. So you collected 60 points, but then withdrew the entire balance. You didn't make any transactions. After 15 days, your points reset to 0. They collect the last 15 days, friend. Not the arithmetic average, but the total. Our total alpha points. The second rule is volume. Volume is actually the most important rule. Now, I will explain the details of this. Now, friends, you can trade on the Binance side or on the Web3 side here. But the token group you trade must be LP. I will show it with a live example shortly. First, I need to show how many points in a few dollars of volume gives. When you make a purchase of $2, you earn 1 point. I bought $2, I sold $2. No, only the purchase counts. So the sale is not important. If I buy an alpha token worth $2, I earn 1 point. It progresses by doubling this. Binance says if you do it for $4, give 2 points. If you do it for $8, give 3 points. So it actually progresses in powers of 2. It progresses as an exponential function of 2, but the points increase by 1 each time. You can think of it that way. If you make a purchase worth $64, 6 points. If you make a purchase worth $128, you earn 7 points. So when it doubles, you only gain an additional 1 point. A purchase worth $2048. When you do it, you earn 11 points. I'm looking at my screen. If I make a purchase worth $40.96, I also earn 12 points. Well, teacher, I made a purchase worth $40.96. Do I collect all the points in order? 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points? No. If you made a purchase worth $40.96, you get 12 points. You get the last one. And this is daily. So let's say you have $1,000, friends. In 15 days, 2 times 15, 30 points in the pocket. How much volume do we need to reach 80 points? We said 2 times 30 points in the pocket. Now, friends, to make it 80 points, we need to earn from 50-point volumes. So even if we make a daily purchase of $16, we will reach it in 10 days. But let's do better, because we are not actually spending very serious commissions. I will show you the tactic for this. Who will pay the bill for what we ate and drank? So let's talk about the expenses now, friends. Now, friends, I open my phone app again. I have some tactics here again. I will talk about them because there are risks here again. I came to the market. Look, here are the favorites. The market is progressing. We will choose the alpha here. You can do it either through the central authority or you can do it through Web3. I will do it through the central authority. And here is what I'm doing. Look, everything is open here. I'm currently on the all section and I'm sorting by volume according to volume ranking. Who has the highest volume? The highest volume is Camino's. We click on it, friends. We click on trade below. Now, I proceeded with a live example. I will show this to you. Now look, I wrote 1,000 at the top. I will convert 1,000 USDT to Camino, friend. It amounted to 14,503 Camino. And it says a network fee of $0.02 will be charged. We press place order, friends. Then it warns again. It says, of course, our network expense will be $0.02. Do you confirm? It asks. I press confirm, and friends, our transaction is being processed. Now I will convert it back to Tetra and see how much it has increased. This time on the trade screen, friends, you press the middle. Look, Camino is above, USDT is below now. I selected from Camino to USDT, 14,506 was my rate anyway. It said when I entered this, it would come as a wholesome $1. Why? Because the price of Camino might have increased when I bought it. We click on place order and it warns us again. And then I press confirm, friends. I will look at 2 past transactions. Here, I paid a network fee of $0.02. when I initially spent Tether to buy Camino. Then, friends, I paid another fee of $0.02 in the exact opposite transaction. I spent approximately 1,000 USDT. I received 999,999.34 USDT. So I have almost no loss in Tether. The total network fee I paid is $0.04. $0.04 for how much? It was a volume of $1,000. So of course I did this to show you right now. Actually, I should have made a transaction of around $10.25, $10.30 to earn 10 points from this in one day. So in one day we could earn 10 points by spending 4 cents. By spending 8 cents, we can make a volume of $20.50 and earn 11 points. But pay attention to this. We may not always be this lucky with swaps. That is, the coin we acquire during a swap might suddenly drop. These are risks. I'm explaining again to show where I did it. I'm on the main screen. I went to the market. Then I selected the alpha at the top. Here I pressed the volume bar. The volume went in the downward direction. I said the highest volume truck has arrived. And I made a transaction from the truck. Friends, of course, I reflected the screenshot because I performed the previous transactions, not while recording the video. But those are transactions that happened exactly as shown. How should we choose coins? As I said, in projects with high volume and high market cap, the likelihood of a sudden crash is slightly lower. That's why we choose those types of coins. So, what other precautions do we start with? We must act quickly. For example, let's say I made my purchase. Or maybe I'll fill my water from here and drink it. I'll have a tea and then I'll sell. I need to sell immediately after buying, quickly. These are things that will reduce risks again. You can trade with small packages. Let's say you lost your mind. I want to make a volume of $10,000 in every way. You're swapping with $10,000. Imagine you made a purchase of $10,000 and then a news came. The coin dropped by 10%. You're at a loss of $1,000 when you sell. But if you do it with $1,000 packages, yes, you'll have to repeat the transaction 10 times, but you're doing it with $1,000. The price is stable. 5. You've reached the package. You're buying and selling with $1,000. The price dropped by 10%. You would have a loss of $100 and you can leave that coin. Is there a risk? There definitely is. The coin you bought already? The alpha market is a risky market. That's why you should never trade with borrowed money. Lately, I'm getting a lot of messages in my DM. Please do not trade with borrowed money. Friends, the coin you bought may drop. This is a risk. Then you might lose what you have while chasing after something bigger. There are always risks in crypto, friends. Don't forget this. Of course, nothing mentioned in this video is investment advice. By the way, I hope you haven't forgotten to like the video because I researched everything from Indian sources to sources in the Far East. There wasn't a proper guide. I tried to prepare a good guide with live examples as much as I could. I hope this alpha topic becomes clear in your mind and you make the most of the next pre-sales and opportunities. You bought tokens worth $600. You sold tokens worth $500. How many points does it count for? It counts as $600. What did we say? Purchases are counted, friend. This is yet another rule. Is there a right time to make volume? Not exactly, but let's say inflation and interest rates will be announced. Closing and making volume at that time is very risky because it's sudden like this. Rises, it stops suddenly. It would be good not to trade during the openings of the stock exchanges, especially the US stock exchanges. It might be sensible to make purchases during the hours when it's calm, especially when the European region and the East are asleep. These are the things that come to my mind. These are all about alpha anyway. I hope it has been clear. I hope it will be useful to you. Hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye, friends.